Zachary is in studio right now, of course. You're a photographer, Patrick? Is that what, are you his or videographer, photographer? What are you, Patrick?
I was a photographer. I kind of turned into a videographer working with Zach.
Yeah, even your own social media has kind of blown up too because you are kind of doing your own thing as well, right?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Zachary, welcome back to Windsor.
Thank you for having me, Morgan. I'm excited to be here.
Good. Just a short amount of time?
Here for about a week.
A week, excellent.
Yeah.
How was Europe?
It was amazing.
I bet.
And then went to Bali there. We did some stuff with Jason Derulo, and just life's been beautiful lately.
Yes, I was just
very
gonna say.
fortunate.
Who can say that they have their Jason Derulo in their phone, you know, in their contact list? I wanted to ask you, what would you have said to this cutie back in the day?
Me and
Patrick, take a peek at that.
Wow. Wow.
What would you have said to him about where your life would take you?
Hollister ain't it. What would you say?
Is that a Hollister shirt? Where's a little eagle?
All right, context. That was like in Mexico. You know when your mom wants to take like the family group photos?
Yes, and you all have the matching
With no
shirts.
socks on, sand on the beach.
Yeah, I think you're sorry. I cut your poor brother off. What's your brother's name?
Drake. Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, he
Can't believe you pulled
also
up that photo.
he also had
Yeah,
the and you can keep this if you want.
I'll keep it.
Patrick will keep it. He also had the white collared shirt on. So what would you have said to that kid about your life now?
The photo, I don't know what I would have said, but in terms of that kid, when he was, I think I was 17 at that point, the biggest thing I would have said is to stop worrying about the thoughts of others, stop trying to impress other people, stop trying to like just check the boxes and try to find your purpose earlier in life. Because like, as cliche as that sounds, that makes me the happiest I've ever been the past year. And 17 or even 27, I was the same. In terms of like my mindset, it wasn't until I was at my lowest that I really believed that. So if there's anyone listening that is like, feels stuck or in a dead-end job or a dead-end relationship, have the vulnerable confidence or strength to take yourself outside of that box and try to pursue something different, because you'll be forever grateful that you did.
That is very good advice. It's hard to take that step though, isn't it?
Scary.
Yeah,
Right?
For sure. Well, as you know. So the videos, the ideas, I mean, this is what you do every day. You try different techniques basically to get the attention of the people that are moving around you, whether it's a sign or, you know, you approach somebody for $1. Do you plan those, like the storylines, I suppose, ahead, or are you flying by the seat of your pants?
Most of the time flying by the seat of my pants, and those are the ones that actually turn out the best.
Mhm.
When it's too calculated, it doesn't actually go to plan, then you're like, oh, it's not. But like when it just happens and there's a person, spur of the moment, those ones usually are more real and authentic and just real connections. So.
Yeah. And you said you're like, none of this is planned, none of these are actors. You would be able to tell if they were.
I would
you know?
probably cancel by now, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. So what does a day, and maybe even you can answer too, Patrick, what's like a day of filming look like? Because I mean, I'm in media, I know that you're not just turning on your iPhone with your GoPro and magic, right? You can pull that microphone right up to you if you like. Don't be afraid of it. Yeah, so what does a day look like?
Sometimes they're very long days, sometimes they're very short. If we have like bigger events like going to Glengarry and getting all the kids, we plan it out in advance, trying to get all the cars, getting everything situated. But other than that, we go out and we just look for people that we think would reciprocate what we're trying to give them. But yeah, we go out and sometimes we drive around for a bit and we look around looking for people that might need the money that we're trying to help them with, might need something. Other days we'll go into like the mall, we'll go into different stores, he'll go on with his GoPro and we just go up looking for people that are nice people.
Yeah,
good
yeah.
people.
We just try to showcase like the real kindness in people, but like an example would be, I think maybe like a month ago before I left to Europe, when we were trying to go to like a ice cream shop and then like cut everybody in line and pay for everyone's ice cream.
Oh.
We went to like 5 different ice cream shops and everyone like recognized and like smiled to both, so we couldn't do the video. And then we're like in Amherstburg just walking around aimlessly by Bullseye Pizza, and there's this guy, older man, gardening flowers. I'm like, okay, let me approach this guy like 8 p.m. on a Sunday night with his flowers. And his name was Mario. He owns like the barber shop. And I don't know if you saw the video, but I was trying to give him money, and he was saying his mom wasn't here, and me to give the money to my mom, and he shared a message about his mom, and just like, we didn't go out that day to find Mario at the garden to give me flowers from my mom out of his garden. every day is a different day, which I think is beautiful, and the uncertainty of that is what gets me excited to wake up.
Yeah, that would be exciting for me. And that I shared that video of Mario from House of Mario, and again, we got hits from it because everyone recognized him and knew what kind of, you know, amazing man he was. So yeah, I love that happened organically. So can I ask you a question about yourself?
For
like,
sure.
how do you mentally handle like the load of others, because you're in these neighborhoods, you're meeting these people that, you know, whether you're blessing them for a moment, you may think, well, they're going back to like this life that they're worrying about. So how does that weigh on you?
It used to weigh a lot, but that's why Patrick's here today right now, is I don't do this alone. We're literally a 1-2 team, and anything that like ever seems to weigh or I have a question about, we just talk about it in the moment, so nothing ever builds.
Yeah.
In terms of, that's my personal, I guess, like selfish perspective, but in terms of the other people that I meet, I don't go there with the intention of like, I'm gonna save them or I'm gonna help them. My goal is just to hopefully reward a little bit of kindness, but most importantly, show that person's like personality and love for life to like millions, so that it can inspire people to do the same.
And it's millions. I mean, what is
Yeah.
the TikTok the most followers that you have?
Yeah.
Is it
TikTok?
just over 2 or
It's like 10 and a half.
like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm thinking of Instagram. That's
okay.
right. Yeah. Oh my God, isn't it wild to say the numbers out loud?
It's mind-boggling. I can't even imagine what that number looks like.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, and again, this is why, like, again, you're like a hometown hero, and everyone's so happy that like you're putting Windsor on the map, and for you, Windsor is your anchor,
Yeah.
and it always will be. So you're here for a week. Like, do you find that people now it's so hard for you to walk around on the street? Do you find that it's impossible?
No, it's only when we're Patrick, when we have like the camera out.
Yeah.
But like there'll be people obviously that come up and stuff and like say stuff, and like, that's fine. I love it.
Yeah.
And the coolest thing, people are like, oh, are you living in LA? I'm like, no, I always come back to Windsor. I always come back to Windsor. I always say Windsor. I don't say Toronto. I say Windsor.
Nice.
And I think that's the coolest thing. Is
Yes.
like, people are people no matter where you are, and I'm proud to be from Windsor.
So what's so can you kind of tell everyone like what like or what's your plan, I guess, in Windsor? I mean, I don't want to reveal too much, but
Yeah. So I came here. Today's Thursday. I wanted to come on. Well, it's gonna be aired Friday.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So we wanted to do a really big video Saturday. We have a ton of things like bouncy castles and carnival stuff and a really cool video. So it's gonna be Saturday afternoon around 4 or 5 o'clock. It could be in like the mall parking lot. It could be at a Walmart. It could be just keep your eyes out. Saturday afternoon, if you see crazy stuff, come say hi, and it's gonna be crazy. That's all I can say. I can't say the exact location.
of course, no, please don't, because you'll be mobbed.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, that's the thing, and because we can't get enough of these videos, and Patrick, you do such a great job getting them together. Yeah, people are. I feel like people would be on the lookout. So who
Good.
knows? Who knows? That's amazing. Because you were just in Glengarry. I think did you take a bunch of kids to Adventure Bay or something? Wasn't it?
Yeah, that was yesterday. We took like 60 kids to Adventure Bay, which is amazing.
Like the best day of their lives, right?
Our lives.
Yeah,
It's so much fun.
For sure. I mean, that's like, this is your job.
Yeah.
So what's like, I mean, again, your anchor is Windsor. What's next? Are you going to go to LA? I know that you have representation now, because of the follower influence. Like where do you see yourself in like 3 years, I guess?
In 3 years, I have no idea.
Yeah, I know.
In 6 months, like I was saying before in the last interview, was to have the nonprofit up and running, to be able to give back at a larger scale. But week to week it changes. Like right before this meeting, Jason Derulo messaged me to come to Rio, Brazil, September 2nd now, to do stuff with him there. So Windsor will always be like my hub for right now, but wherever the opportunity takes me, I don't know.
Very lucky.
Yeah,
that's
I feel very fortunate.
I know you do, and you always make that clear, I think, which is why, you know, it seems like it's so real and why people connect with you. We can't get enough of your content. We so appreciate like your efforts that strike a chord. Every video that we watch, you know, it's like that rabbit holes, everybody says, with the MD Motivator videos, and just promoting mental health in general. We all, you know, on behalf of like Windsor and Essex County, we thank you for that. Before you go, you have to redeem yourself, right?
Actually, before I redeem
Yes.
myself, I have a question for you.
Oh, yeah.
Morgan.
Yes.
So I ask everybody in my videos one
Don't
question.
ask me this.
I'm gonna ask you, Morgan, what's your message to the world?
It actually is very similar to yours, which is You never know what anyone is going through, so there is no reason to have an attitude, to be short with someone, because you just don't know. And I feel like that is your common theme, is just be aware that something is going on in somebody else's life, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm kind to a fault. Like, I'm one of those people where I may be in the biggest rush, but if somebody cuts me in line, I say nothing, because they needed to get to where they needed to be. Was more important than me. I'm not one to ever, and maybe it's because of who I am in Windsor. I'm like, they're gonna know it's the radio lady and she's so rude, so I don't do. But again, it's just, you don't know what's going on in somebody's life. So I suppose that would be my message to the world. If I could copy off yours.
No, thank you.
Okay, so you need to redeem yourself, right? You need to redeem yourself. I didn't print the original, but we're gonna play YQG with Zachery, because how well did you do on my last quiz?
I don't think it was a 4 out of 4, but we'll see if we can do
I don't
that.
think so. I tried to make because you're younger than me. I was asking you some questions from like my generation. People
That's
were like,
fine.
"He's too young. He's young." So YQG with Zachery. These are questions about Windsor that we hope that you will know. And Patrick, if you want, you can jump into. Patrick's so much younger than all of us, though. If I were to say, I'm going to TBQ, where am I going?
Tunnel barbecue.
Yes.
The best sauce,
Woo! There's like 3 people in here, and they're all have cameras, so I'll stop for you. Okay, point. Which of these famous people was born in Windsor? Only one of them was born in Windsor out of all these people. Rachel McAdams from The Notebook, Howie Mandel, or Shania Twain?
Oh wow.
One of these people was born in Windsor.
I'm gonna go with C.
That's what I thought.
Shania Twain.
Yes! She was born in Windsor and grew up in like the
born in
Timmins
Windsor?
area.
I didn't know
Yes,
that.
born
I
in
did not know
Windsor.
that.
Well, now you know. Now you know.
I mean, I knew that, but like I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't know
That
that.
was
So we are playing YQG with Zachery, the MD Motivator, and of course Patrick. Which store replaced Zellers at Devonshire Mall and is now a Metro?
Target.
Yes. I had so much faith for that Target, and it just like did
What
not.
happened to it?
They didn't have enough stuff. Like they couldn't stock the shelves like fast enough. So you would go in and think that it was like the American Targets, and it just
Right.
never was. It was no good.
I have a question for you. Do you remember when there was Sobeys Express?
Yes.
Were they
No, there
cheaper?
is a Sobeys Express in. Is that the one in Lakeshore?
No, that's a huge
No,
one.
or is that the one in Amherstburg? I love Sobeys
Oh, I think it's in
Express.
Amherstburg is the Express.
Oh.
It was beautiful.
Well, it's like a Whole Foods with the Canadian
Yeah.
version of Whole Foods.
Right.
Sobeys, get in. That would be perfect for any empty
Shout out Sobeys
warehouse.
Express.
Okay, 2 more questions. YQG with Zachery. What color was the Ambassador Bridge before it was teal?
It's a Patrick question right here.
I have no idea.
You know, what color was the Ambassador Bridge before it was teal?
Before it was teal?
I'm gonna say it's a trick question. It was teal.
I think it was teal the whole time.
It was black, boys.
It was black.
I need a buzzer. It was completely black.
Really? What
Yes.
was this? A while ago?
I remember maybe no. I would think it was in university when they painted it teal.
Okay.
That's crazy that you guys only
only
know.
Yeah, the teal.
You only know
Yeah.
that it's
I know.
teal. Google
I
that
would
photo.
I will.
If you find old artwork from the bridge too, it would be black.
Okay.
Okay.
wow.
Final question. If I'm suffering from lack of peach juice and goats in my system, this is a medical question for you. If I'm suffering from a lack of peach juice and goats in my system, where would I need to go for the remedy? Peach juice and a little
Colasantes.
what?
Colasantes.
Yes. And they inject you with an IV full of sugar
That's
donut powder. Well, you did great.
Thank you so much.
I had to really go over those questions because I'm like, have I dated myself? Are these too old for young Zachery? I so appreciate it. I hope that we can connect too, like as much as possible, because
Absolutely.
people have so much interest in you and what you do. But again, it's as much as it is you as like the forefront of the videos. It's those stories.
It's not me. It's people. Yeah.
It's the people. It's the people. And like even my girlfriend Melanie was in one of your first videos.
Oh wow.
Okay, and she is so open and honest because she's in that video, right?
Yeah.
She's telling her story. She said, I had the pleasure of meeting Zachery at Devonshire Mall. Not only did he change the way that I interact with my kids, I was honest with him about all of my struggles. it allowed me to be open with my kids, be honest with them, and remind them that mental health is not a problem. It happens to the best of us, and it's okay to talk about it. Months later, the kids still talk about him or remind me that that man loves us. So I can never repay him for that. So it's one of those things where
Wow.
this is a Windsor video, and like I knew somebody in it, but it doesn't matter. Like if you were in Mexico, doesn't matter who that person is.
Not at all.
It still connects, right? So you were changing people's lives,
Thank you for
and we
sharing that.
so appreciate it.
I appreciate
Like
you.
what a weird like way that your life is taken, and the fact that you like shoot videos for a living, but it's so awesome, and we so thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you like what comes next.
Yes, so stay tuned Saturday. That's the biggest thing.
Yes. Oh my god. Amazing.